woman who was the driving force behind Kentucky's best-known candy company. And tonight, Jay McClue and a profile of Ruth Boo, the Ruth in Rebecca Ruth Candy.
Boo made her sweet dreams come true, and she did it at a time few women were succeeding in business. Ruth and friend Rebecca Gooch started out as substitute teachers.
And they decided they weren't very good at it, so they quit, and they had been making candy for Christmas presents and things like that, and they decided to go into the business.
80 years later, this is that business, candy that's sold in Frankfort and across the world, a production outfit that can turn out 1,000 pounds a day. John's son, Ruth's grandson, now runs Rebecca Ruth. He admits to a sweet tooth.
I probably eat about a quarter pound of candy a day.
That habit started young.
Across the street is a doctor's office, and after we would go to the doctor's office and get a shot and be screaming our heads off, we'd come over here and get a piece of candy, not really understanding that it was our business.
This is Miss Edna's table, named for an employee who retired here after 67 years in the business. The table itself came from the old Capitol Hotel in Frankfort. John says history has opened doors and thrown up hurdles for Rebecca Ruth. Its first space was a bar, closed by Prohibition. Wartime meant special difficulties.
People would save up their sugar ration stamps to get Mother to make candy for them, so that worked out okay.
Ruth Boo liked dark chocolate. It makes up about 85% of sales today.
So throughout Kentucky and even in this region, dark chocolate is the prevailing seller. So that's carried over from her tradition, actually.
So just based on her sweet tooth,
that's right,
it's impacted an entire region.
That's right.
Looks good. After Rebecca Ruth was all but destroyed in a fire back in the 1930s, a bank refused Ruth Boo's request for a $50 loan to help rebuild her son thinks it was because she was a woman. It was another woman who finally loaned her the money. And candy is just the beginning of